debt to curb the tendency of borrowing in kind from suppliers. The Auditor General has further castigated the budget-making process of various counties that overestimate on-source revenue targets and are always lamenting on late disbursement of the equitable share to fund their budget. As Joel Chacha now reports, eyebrows have also been raised on interest rates being paid in loans acquired by counties in commercial banks, as well as the high percentage for commissions for outsourced revenue collectors for devolved units, who surprisingly deduct the monies at source.
Collectors who are being procured by counties.
With total pending bills from both the national and county governments surpassing 800 billion Kenya shillings, the Auditor General Nancy Gathungu is now signaling considering the pending bills as part of the public debt.
We have borrowed loans. You have talked about commercial loans, which you are concerned about. We have overdrafts. And now we are borrowing in kind. We have borrowed from our employees by deducting pensions and other statutory deductions and not paying. And now we are borrowing from the suppliers in kind. They provide us services, they provide us goods, we don't pay. So pending bills, in my next summary, I'll put it as part of public debt.
The move will mean that pending bills will be settled through the Consolidated Fund Services, which is a first charge in the budget of a given fiscal year. The Auditor General, however, is worried of the budget-making process of counties, which accrue more pending bills, while also trashing claims that they are brought about by late disbursement of funds.
They overextend themselves. Indeed, they start from the expenditure side, then they start filling in revenue, even, I'm sorry to say, revenue that is not feasible. They feed in how much they'll expect from exchequer or national government as shareable revenue. Then the balance is a figure that they balance and assume they will collect, which means they will never live to their budget.
Speaking while appearing before the County Public Investment and Special Funds Committee of the Senate, Gathungu has also flagged the source revenue collectors in counties and also the numerous bank accounts opened which could lead to loss of public funds.
The challenge has been, have the collectors been remitting the correct revenue to the receivers in the first place? So we want to extend that audit and see how can we follow up beyond that.
She has further raised an alarm over high interest rates from loans borrowed by county governments to pay salaries from commercial banks, with calls made to improve on-source revenue collection to avoid over-reliance on the equitable share.
Counties are resorting to commercial loans to fill the gap of exchequer releases, but nobody is asking, are counties improving on their own source revenue collection so that they stop relying on the exchequer?
Joel Chacha, K24 TV, Nairobi.
Campaigns for Raila Odinga's African Union chairmanship bid are in top gear as President William Ruto continues to seek endorsement from African presidents while in China. The head of state was accompanied to China by the former Prime Minister, held talks with at least 6 presidents, including those of Rwanda, Chad, Guinea-Bissau, Mali, Zambia, Togo and Zambia, of course, to discuss bilateral issues and Raila's candidature for the position of African Union Commission chairperson. Busara Naman with the details.
As the race for Raila Odinga's African Union chairmanship gains momentum, the head of state used the forum to root for Odinga among African presidents attending the event in China. President William Ruto met with President Faure Sozima of Togo, Assimi Goita of Mali, Paul Kagame of Rwanda, Umaru Sisoko Embalo of Guinea-Bissau, Mahamat Idris Deby of Chad, and Hakainde Hichilema of Zambia, drumming up support for Odinga. In his meeting with Paul Kagame, he lauded Rwanda as a strong ally and a strategic partner for Kenya. In another meeting with President Idris Deby of Chad, Ruto noted that Kenya and Chad are exploring areas of cooperation to enhance diplomatic relations in areas of mutual interest, including trade, regional security, and climate action. Speaking of Kenya's ties with Guinea-Bissau, the president stated that the two countries are working to promote the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement to enhance trade between the two countries for the benefit of their people. Commenting on Kenya-Zambia's ties, President Ruto shared the two countries' history that date back decades ago. All 8 members of the EAC community have pledged support for Raila's candidacy. So far, 19 countries have confirmed to vote for Raila in February 2025 at AU's headquarters in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Busara Naman, K24 TV.
Let's talk matters. The capital city in Nairobi County Governor Arthur Johnson Sakaja has announced an ambitious central business district revitalization program to give the city a much-needed facelift. The announcement came during a pivotal entry audit meeting with the county executive and representatives from the Office of the Auditor General. Brian Amwai tells us more.
Governor Sakaja maintains that the county had achieved a record revenue collection of 12.8 billion, which will be instrumental in funding the CBD restoration project, assuring that the project will be implemented within the 2024-2025 financial year.
CBD restoration program is a priority. We are going to fix all the roads in the CBD. We are going to feed all those potholes. We are going to do capital. Hawkers, that cat mouse has ended. We must completely end it. We have done such nice vocals. Yesterday I was on Jomboy. It is so beautiful.
This comes as Sakaja's leadership faces a hurdle following talks of an impeachment motion by the members of County Assembly on grounds of abuse of office, corruption and mismanagement of county funds. K24 has established that some of the Nairobi County Assembly members are in the process of drafting the motion for tabling when they return from recess next week. The members of the County Assembly are in the process of gathering enough support to get the 2/3 majority needed to institute an impeachment motion, arguing that the process will be a smooth sail. Talks of his impeachment had already gotten his attention, forcing him to deny and terming them as propaganda meant to derail him.
Hiyo vitisho tumezoea kwa muda mrefu, as we are focused on the work we are doing for the people of Nairobi. So please, our team in the executive, our team in the assembly, remain focused.
However, as much as the governor is in denial, his impeachment, they say, is imminent. Sakaja's administration has been accused of paying 1.3 billion in legal fees to around 19 law firms in a dubious manner. Since his election, the county chief has made friends and foes in the political arena. Last year, the Nairobi governor went head-to-head with DP Rigathi Gachagua. Their sour relationship was the beginning of Sakaja's woes.
Sakaja kulingana venye tulikuanga tumemsaika na sahi kazi amedu. Mimi nampatia 3 out of 10 yake safi.
Sakaja yake ni story. Kwa sababu mimi sichukii Sakaja na amejaribu akakuwa kama ameweka vijana wengi kwa kazi. Lakini story ya hadithi ya Kakazungura hapo ndio mingi kuliko ile kazi ambayo amefanya. Kwa hivyo mimi mwenyewe nikimpatia max naweza kumpatia kitu kama 20%. 80% is a pure lie.
If the current governor, we feel that he has not performed in either way, we have a chance in 2027, either to vote him in or to vote him out. But this confusion, let us not allow again to go back to the confusion that we used to be in the other regimes.
The Nairobi governor has been a close ally of President William Ruto, but now reports indicate that the two are not seeing eye to eye. The county of Nairobi has been a hotbed of drama as far as leadership is concerned. If the motion sails through, it will make Sakaja the second governor to face an impeachment motion in the county.
Na mara mingi tunasikia watu wakisema ya kwamba Sakaja hafanyi kazi vizuri, mara barabara ziko na shida, lakini mimi kulingana na mimi naona ni vyema mpatie muda.
Sakaja asipobandisha line, akishika kwa line ambayo ameshika, hata yeye naona akija kumalizia kama Songo.
Brian Amwai, K24.
Interesting times. It's only a matter of time, and we'll see whether that particular impeachment motion will take off or not. On that note, we'll just take a second breather. We'll be back in a moment.
Cheza kama wewe na cheza sita. Ushinde hadi mara 5,000 ya beti yako teke teke.